I gave you all access to my credit card, and it's time to find out just how bad of an idea that really was. Last week I posted a video asking for tech suggestions in the comments, and I had a bot secretly and randomly scraping those comments and buying whatever it felt like. And you guys spent $1,000. So it's time to find out, what in the world did you guys buy? Premium memory? You guys decided to buy RAM? This is a 64 gigabyte kit. I've actually never bought this much RAM in one purchase before. 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. We are currently on DDR5, 5th generation. We could probably still make this work if I had to guess. 64 gigs, nothing to scoff at for sure. I also don't know what you bought because I haven't looked at any of the comments. Apparently you guys commented RAM a bunch. He has RAM, get him. Well, yeah, I got a lot of RAM. Okay, whew, this was lighter than expected. Oh my gosh. I was gonna ask what it was. It says big enter. I think this might be a big enter button. Oh my gosh. So the one caveat I had my shopper bot look for was to basically ensure that the items were tech related. I suppose this is tech related. I'm assuming this is just like a single button. I mean, we just got foam inside of here. You could probably use this as a pillow. Wait, now I'm really curious. Is this really just like a tiny little, oh yeah. It is just a tiny little board. Wait, that's hilarious. I wonder how hard you actually have to hit this. You know how they say not to plug in random USBs into your computer? I feel like this is a random USB, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We just assume it's working now. Let's see how stress relieving this is. Oh, it worked. Wait, how hard oh, you don't have to press that hard. Okay, this is pretty cool. Thank you for suggesting this button. Oh, little bot, oh, Arduino. This is like this is just a little computer. This is fantastic because, well, Arduinos are always useful. I've been working on this waterproofing PC concept, which I don't know when it's gonna get released, but I may or may not have destroyed an entire Raspberry Pi in the process. So having an Arduino, pretty solid. What is this one? This is the Uno R4. It has Wi-Fi on it. Oh my God, this is large and heavy. A chessboard. The world's smartest chess. Wait, does this one move by itself? Okay, it doesn't immediately say that it moves. I feel like it would. I feel like it would say that if it did. People love their chess. Now I will say, I'm pretty bad at chess. I tried getting into it during COVID, like everyone else, and wow, this is oh, this packaging is cool. Oh my gosh. Wait, maybe the reason I was bad at chess is because I didn't have a cool enough chessboard. That's probably it, right? That's like getting into golf and spending $900 on a driver after the first lesson you get. Whoa, this is fancy, guys. For people that are really into chess, I'm curious what you guys think of as like the cream of the crop chessboard. Like for PC building, obviously, right, you can recommend like 5090s as like the highest end graphics card. Chess people, what kind of stuff do you recommend to people? There is a USB slot right here. I mean, this board by itself feels pretty cool. Let there be life. Power button. Oh. Ooh. I have to imagine that it does something really sick when you win that feels equally as demoralizing when you lose. Do you think each of the pieces have like a little chip on them, like NFC? All right, if I end up getting good at chess, this is gonna be the reason why. But I feel like I have to like sync it with an app or something. On to the next. Whoa, oh, motherboard. I'm pretty sure I've used this exact motherboard before. I mean, it's a B550, so yeah, we got ourselves a motherboard. Hopefully you guys recommended a CPU to go along with it. Like I said, the shopper bot just kind of bought stuff at random. So was there any rhyme or reason or logic put into it? No, I mean, the universe maybe attuned it a bit, but there we go. We got a B550 motherboard. Unfortunately, this does not work with our 64 gigs of RAM because DDR3, DDR4, but hey, you know what? We have the start of a new build. So in addition to our AM3 build, we are also, well, we're gonna do this other build too. All right, very nice. On to the next. Whoa, my gosh. Whoa, a cat keyboard? You know what's hilarious is in the video that I posted, I was just like, I need to like show an example of typing a random text suggestion, and I typed like a cat and mouse. Someone must have commented cat themed keyboard. That's hilarious. First of all, this is awesome. I would actually not really consider myself like a big keyboard guy. I have built my own mechanical keyboard. You can see it up there sitting on the shelf. After soldering it and then messing up and resoldering everything, I was like, that's enough, I'm done with that. Oh, it even came with a mouse pad. A cat mouse pad. Aw. Sounds pretty cool. What kind of keys are these? Let's find out. Or like, what kind of switches are these? Gateron whites, linears? Okay, not too bad. The little cat Look at him just looking over your shoulder. Oh wait, is this Oh, is this even a Wi-Fi keyboard? Oh, it has RGB. It's glowing. Oh my gosh. The material of this is like really nice. It's like a rubber, which is kind of a different vibe than I would normally go for in a keyboard. Feels like a very cozy keyboard. I don't have many cozy builds. Maybe we should do a cozy build one of these days. You know, we can cover our computer in like felt to make it soft. That can't go wrong, right? Whoa! Yeah, I certainly never would have bought that for myself, so that's fantastic. Whoa. Whoa! We got ourselves a controller. This is like an SNES controller, but it's modern. 8-bit do. Now I will say, one of my buddies did buy one of these 8-bit do controllers, and he said that, you know, it was a pretty solid experience. Oh man, this brings me back. My neighbor growing up had a Super Nintendo, and we would play Street Fighter, and he was so much better than me. It almost wasn't even fun, but it was fun because of just playing video games as a child. How could it not be fun? This is fantastic. We'll have to like find an emulator so we can play some games on this. This feels nice. I also love the see-through aesthetic. My very first Game Boy Advanced was see-through, and I thought it was the coolest tech ever. What happened to see-through tech, man? I feel like it should be way more popular than it is. Actually, it still probably is popular. More companies should do it. Whoa! What is this? I thought it was like a fish tank. I don't even know what this is. Is this a speaker? Oh. Dancing water light tower speaker system. Aux input water display. Wait, does it actually use water? Dude, you know what this kind of reminds me of? It's just like a water cooler in an office where people just like gossip with each other. They have those little triangle cups that they can't put down because management doesn't want them to like spend more time on their break than they have to. That's the vibe I'm getting with this. There's a controller. All right, we got some power. I'm so curious what the person commented for the bot to buy this. Did someone actually comment dancing water light tower? Because if so, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, wait, there's water in here? I don't know, I definitely thought that you were gonna have to fill this up with water. They shipped it with water. Okay. Okay. Man, I thought I was in tune with ridiculous tech. You guys know the actual cheat codes. Okay, we plugged it in. Comes with a little remote. Power on. Oh my God. What is happening? That's just radio. That's just FM static. Let me turn that down. My child is sleeping up right above us, actually. Let's see if we can find any radio station.
Bluetooth mode. Aux mode.
Oh, aux mode. Let's do that one. Okay, let me see if I can plug this into my computer. Does that work? All right, this video is totally getting demonetized. Okay, that's kind of cool. So the louder the music is, the more it pumps. I'm so curious how much my credit card was charged for this. Wow, very cool. Going to be playing with that quite a bit. All right, what do we have next? We got ourselves a bag and a zipper. Is this a Flipper Zero? Wait, or is this just the case for a what is this? Wait, this seems like it is a part that it connects to another device. So if we don't also have the other device, I'm pretty sure this doesn't work. Because this is definitely for a Flipper Zero, one of those devices that you can just go around and like, you know, scan stuff. Use as like an RFID duplicator and stuff. This appears to be a Wi-Fi developer board for the Flipper Zero and a silicone case for the Flipper Zero, but no Flipper Zero. So it is tech. I don't have a Flipper Zero. Maybe this will motivate me to get one of those. And then we can go around and like switch TV channels for TVs we don't own. Sounds pretty fun. All right, on to the next. Holy shit. Ooh, an inconspicuous white box. You perfect. You know what? You guys are perfect. I love you all for watching. And for commenting such ridiculous tech. Okay, what is this? The tagline is perfect your life. So if I had to guess what a company was when their tagline is perfect your life, I guess I would assume it's like help you improve some skill set, you know? Maybe it's like a meditation app. Let's just not read any instructions. Let's figure it out ourselves. Ooh, wait, is this a screen? Is this a portable monitor? Wait, no way this is a portable touch. Dude, this is crazy. The universe works in very mysterious ways because I quite literally filming today had one of these portable monitors that was just completely busted, and it was very inconvenient. I made a mental note to buy another one of these. You guys answered my call. You guys time travelers? How did you break my current one? What happened? I've also never had a touchscreen one of these, which is actually pretty interesting, because most of the time you need to plug it in and then use a mouse and a keyboard and all that. I almost wish there was an easy way to store this particular cable like on this somehow, because I do lose it very often. Plug that over here. So now if we plug the other HDMI into our computer, can I just start touching? How do I touch? Why doesn't touch function cannot work when connect with my devices? Good question. That's the same one I have. If your device doesn't feature with Type-C, oh, do I have to actually plug this in via USB-C to my device? Oh, I guess, yeah, I guess does touch typically not happen over HDMI? I guess that makes sense. I'm not sure I've seen something that does that. Okay, now we're just connected through USB-C. Oh, there we go. Okay, so HDMI was the culprit. Ooh, what should we open? Oh, there's so many cool options. Just kidding, there's no cool options. Can I play Minesweeper on here? That'd be sick. They stopped including Minesweeper by default on Windows, and that makes me sad. That and Pinball. If you're old enough to have played Pinball on your Windows computer, I'm right there with you, man. Okay, let's see if we can quickly beat a game of Minesweeper just by touch. Ready, set, go. Okay, we're flying. That's a mine. Gotta guess. We guessed right? We guessed right. Oh, we did it! Yeah! 19 seconds with touchscreen. That's not too shabby. All thanks to having an actual touch portable monitor. Perfect. Okay, I believe there is one item remaining in the $1,000 tech haul that you guys went rampant with. Let's see what it is. Oh, okay. Oh, a foldable keyboard. You guys were really into the keyboards and input devices. We've had a controller, an enter button, a cat keyboard, a display output, and now it looks like we got ourselves another keyboard. I did use one that instead of folding up, you could just like roll up. It was very strange. The size of this is actually pretty nice. Most of the time, the trade-off of these portable keyboards is they're very small, or the buttons don't feel that great to type on. But this is honestly not too bad, all things considered. And it even has a number pad, which I know some people love their like 60% keyboards without a number pad. I cannot use a keyboard without a number pad. Sorry, Kitty, cover your ears. All right, they said there was a mouse in here too, right? No, it's right here. Is this just a normal mouse or is it a portable mouse? I think it's just a normal mouse. Okay. I mean, this isn't too bad considering the size of this little package here to have an entire full-size keyboard and a mouse to take along with travels. I have run into the issue, especially when traveling for like conferences and stuff like that, which is like, I want to carry as little as possible, but I also have to edit on the go. And maybe this will be in my next tech travel bag. Okay, now that everything is unboxed, I'm gonna look at how much money you guys spent on each one of these items. But first, I wanna predict which one was the most expensive and which one was the cheapest. Because you guys did buy a handful of pretty cool things. I do know that RAM is very expensive nowadays, but because this is DDR3, I'm actually thinking that's not the most expensive. Looking at everything on this table, I'm gonna say that this water Bluetooth speaker thing was the most amount of money spent on a single item. Simply because it's just like a tower that sprays water. That's crazy. And the cheapest, oh man. The cheapest, I'm gonna say this enter button because I feel like it's mainly just a block of foam. But okay, let's finally go into my Amazon account and see the pricing of all this stuff. Because like I said, the grand total was $1,000. Okay, our touchscreen monitor, 110 bucks. That seems on par with the portable monitors I've used in the past. The Kitty keyboard, the 95%, $78. Wow. I do know like artisan keyboards can get pretty high up there. Our USB big enter button was 17 bucks. That seems pretty cheap, all things considered so far. Our 8-bit Do SN30 Pro controller, $45. Wow, I would not have guessed this was that expensive. It does seem like it's good build quality though. Our foldable travel keyboard was 43 bucks. Oh my gosh. That does feel a bit expensive, but if I end up taking this to like the next CES and using it, it's gonna be worth it. Our Uno R4 was $28. I feel like these have been fluctuating in price quite a bit over the past like few months, so okay, 28 bucks, not too bad. Our Wi-Fi developer board for the Flipper Zero is $35. This is hilarious because I don't have a Flipper Zero. Now I'm curious if someone commented like the Wi-Fi developer board specifically, or if they commented Flipper Zero and this was just like the top result on Amazon. Because that's really what my shopper bot did. It just kind of looked at the very top result. Our motherboard here was $125. We should put that to use. And our 64 gigs of RAM was 155 bucks. Oh my gosh, for DDR3 RAM. To be fair, it is 64 gigs and we are in the middle of like, you know, just like a chokehold on the RAM market. Whoa, the chess set was 220 bucks. Our smart chessboard for sure is gonna be the most expensive thing in this haul. That surprised me. Leaving the last item, this water tower, 76 bucks. Wow, 76 All right, well, I think it's very clear that you guys have a taste for some ridiculous technology. So thank you for the recommendations. I will be trying to find a use case for each and every one of these so they don't go to waste. But with that, thank you so much for watching. I've been Mr. Yeaster, your tech tinkerer, and I will catch you in the next one. Oh yeah. Thank you to our 24 channel members. I've given each of you a spot on this random flywheel, and whoever it lands on, you can just pick whatever item from this video that you want, and I'll send it to you. So congratulations to number 12. Let's see, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pedro Gameplay 001. Go ahead and send me an email with your preference of a single item from this video that you want, and I'll send it to you. Everyone else, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Oh yeah.